Humans Don't Make Good Familiars, Book 3, Chapter 27. Suma's Point of View. Jake and Lorik returned after some time, but before the sun had risen. They told us that the village had been attacked, and that there were few survivors, and about the hostages being held in a makeshift prison.
"All right, squad,"
Captain Gigola said.
"We leave immediately. Jake, you remain here for now. We cannot take our familiars on this one. But if a fight breaks out, be ready for Suma to summon you." "Yes, sir,"
Jake said. With that, we all flew straight for the village, as low to the ground as we could manage, and arrived just over a minute later.
"That went much faster without needing to ride in a familiar's saddle,"
Lorik said. I sighed internally because I knew firsthand how slow Jake's travel speed was. "New armor spotted. Forward left. Is that the villager you spoke to, Lorik?" Datahue asked.
"Yes, Lieutenant, it is."
In front of us, a short distance, was a young Niama girl, barely more than a child. As we got close, I saw through the darkness that she still had some of her down feathers.
"The hatchling. That is who is sneaking us into a prison."
Nine asked.
"It is familiar with the farmers and the shepherds of guards. Hardly a prison, but yes."
Lorik answered. We landed, and it was the captain who spoke first.
"Take us,"
he said simply. Right, yes. Follow me," she said, and led us around the village. Then, through a series of death trees, larger buildings, which were half crumbled to the ground, and down a deserted street. "This is it," she said. We hid behind the side of the building that faced away from the large open areas, and was relatively dark. "There are ruins inside to prevent magic from being used. How will you carry them?"
"Some familiars have magic, so a pen for them would need to have measures to protect the other familiars, just in case."
Lorik said.
"We expected this,"
the captain said.
"Are they tied up?"
The child nodded, and Captain Gigolas turned to us.
"We carry them 3 for hostage. Lorik, Datahue, and myself will take one. 914 and Suma will take the other."
"Wait here. I will distract the guards," the child said, and flew away. I could not hear what they spoke about when the child landed, but a few moments later, she and the 2 guards flew away towards the center of the village.
"Go!"
the captain ordered. We all flew through the door and saw 2 Niama tied up with vines, surrounded by over a dozen ruins carved into scraps of wood and leather. The captain looked them over.
"Not the best rune design I've seen, but it works. 9, grab as many in your mouth as you can,"
he ordered, and picked up 3 of the leather strips in his own mouth. "All right, everyone, lift and fly," Lieutenant Datahue said. 9 grabbed a plank with a rune and flew over to the hostages who had been asleep until several Niyamas started grabbing them in their claws.
"Wait, what's happening?"
One shouted. "Quiet down. We are moving you," Datahue said.
"Where are you taking us?"
He yelled again. "Outside the village. No one is going to hurt you, so just quiet down." The hostages were clearly uneasy but stayed quiet. It took a lot of flapping and struggling to stay a mere wingspan off the ground, but we somehow managed to move both hostages out of the village, unseen by anyone. By the time we were far enough away that I could summon Jake, all of us, even the captain and lieutenant, were essentially gasping for breaths.
"What was the point of all those high drive drills if we are still this tired?"
9 asked.
"Aerial control." "Private Suma, summon Jake,"
the captain said, through his wheezing rasps. "Yes, sir," I said. "Jake, I am about to summon you, but we are not in a fight," I told him through our connection.
"Okay, ready,"
he replied. I performed the spell and he appeared a moment later.
"Why is everyone breathing so hard?"
he asked after looking around for a moment.
"Carry the hostages, we'll fly away, and resummon you at the safe location. Keep them safe until then,"
the captain ordered.
"More flying? There are faster methods of execution, Captain."
9 joked. 14 chuckled.
"Yes, there are. Private, such as complaining during a mission,"
the captain replied, and for the very first time I heard a small laugh come from Lieutenant Datahue. But she quickly apologized and the captain ordered us to follow him. With that, we flew away, leaving Jake to watch the prisoners.
Jake's point of view. As everyone flew away, I was left alone with 2 tied-up Niama, who had been bound with ropes and had leather straps with runes hanging from multiple parts of their bodies. It was quiet for a bit, until one of them spoke, probably not realizing I could understand them. "I think they're gone. Could you reach my bindings with your beak and talons if I manage to get closer?" one said. "Maybe, but untying the knot might prove difficult." "I could try to cut it," the other replied. "What about the familiar? I think it would realize what we were doing and stop us," the first one asked. "I do not know. It doesn't look too smart," the second replied. "Frick you," I said, indignant. That startled them both, and they both began looking around. Did one of them stay behind?" the second asked, panicking. "Sarge, I think it was the familiar," the first one said. The second one, a sergeant apparently, stared at me in disbelief. It was dark, but from this close I could see his glitter in the dark, and it got dimmer. Some of the feathers in his chest and neck puffed out. "Indra, it is a Viking," the sergeant said, horror in his tone. The other, hearing this, puffed up as well. "I'm not never mind. Can you understand us?" the first one asked, speaking slowly. "Yeah, I can understand you. Do you understand that if you try escape, I'm going to have to stop you?" Despite being very tired from the long walk here and being called a Viking again, I did my best to sound intimidating. The sergeant glanced at his subordinate. His eyes were firmly fixed on me, and then spoke. "So the reports are true. There is another Viking." "Yep," I said. "Did you really kill the Harbinger?" the subordinate asked, almost whispering. I sighed. "Yes." "And did you do that?" the sergeant motioned with his head towards my missing hand. I nodded. "Ha! Well, at least that monster went down, talons out." "She wasn't a monster," I snapped, suddenly very upset, but quietened down, realizing that I could be heard. "She was a victim, captured and mind-controlled by your people, turned into a weapon by the Southern Union." "Yeah, well, she was weak." "What?" I hissed. "That's what happens when you're not strong enough. You get perched on by everyone. There's never anything left for the Niammer at the bottom. At least she died with a full stomach. What a waste." "Sarge, I don't think we should provoke the big angry Viking. You heard what he did to Harbinger, right?" the subordinate said. "Oh, yeah. I heard that he cast death magic and killed her." A white-hot flash of heat ripped through my heart. Guilt. I swallowed the lump in my throat. Real slow, too. I didn't. It wasn't supposed to happen. "I made a mistake," I said, suddenly feeling short of breath, like there was a noose around my neck. "She was trying to kill me. I didn't have a choice." Sure. Let me ask you something, Viking. Have you ever been hungry?" "What?" "Hungry. Like you haven't eaten in weeks and suddenly you're trying friend and starting to look appetizing kind of hungry. You ever been that hungry?" "No," I shook my head. "Well, I have. And so has this blithering Skidler here." He motioned with his head to the other Niammer. "And so is my whole unit, until we came here." "What does that have to?" "This place is nice. Plenty of food, clean water. It even has forests," Niammer chuckled. "You know, I've never seen a forest until I landed on these islands. At least not one that wasn't poison. Sure, I saw a few trees, but a whole safe forest. I had no idea there were so many trees in the whole world. And the water, it's clean. Just clean. Anyone can drink it, and not have to pull the bodies and feathers out first." He stopped talking for a bit, and I didn't know what to say. "I know I'll die on this island, probably soon. Guess what I think about that," he said. I didn't respond. "That's fine by me, because when I die, I'll be with a full stomach, green feathers, and the peace of mind knowing that no one will be looking at my corpse like they would have in a union." "Was it like that there?" I asked. "I was a slave, so all in all I could have been worse. At least there was one person who would have cared if I died, even if it was just because it cost them money. Most Niammer do not have such privilege. When they die, they are just moved into the nearest sandpit and forgotten. You want to know why my home was like that? We have 5 different words for dead, one for all the worst ways to die." How did you get here, then?" "I was sold to the army. Best day of my life. If any of my friends are still alive, we would have sung together." "So you're still a slave?" I asked. "6th Slave Front Fleet, or as the master calls us, the Shield Squadron." "Why did you come here, the Southern Union? Why invade this island, or the island of Sangu?" "Did you have sand in your head? I told you, because I was sold. But you're asking why the Union invaded? Probably one of the warlords got himself a notion of conquering the whole world. Who knows?" "You really don't know why you're fighting?" I asked. "Oh, I know why I'm fighting, because my master said he would give me better understanding of 2 or 3 of those 5 words I mentioned if I didn't, and he would give me a few seeds if I did. Same for Skidler. The other Niema nodded solemnly. Why not run away? You could. They already think you're dead. Nothing can stop you anymore, I suggested. What a fantastic idea! Just let me go. I'll fly away. You'll never see me again, really. The sergeant said sarcastically. If it were that easy, there would be a lot more warlords and a lot less slaves. He looked over to the other Niema. Turn him over. Looked at his back. I picked the Niema up carefully. He squawked a bit, surprised, but did not resist. On his back were burn marks that glowed in different colours than glitter. You know what that is? I bet you have one just like it, somewhere under all those garments and all that muscle. A slave crest. I don't have a slave crest, I said. Maybe not, but I bet you have a familiar circle, he said, glancing at my arm. I could picture the magic tattoo I got years ago, hiding from under my sleeve. Our slave marks are the same as those circles with a few tweaks. If we disobey our masters or try escape, we are punished severely. You mentioned warlords. What did you mean? Is that like a noble or a rank in the military? I asked, changing the topic abruptly with a shake of my head as I placed the Niema back down. Do you really care, or are you just trying to avoid I took a breath. Tell me. Fine. Warlords are the ones in charge. They control food, the slaves, the majors. You want to be a warlord? You need those. Now, there are a lot of those. If it is a warlord with enough supplies and slaves, they might try conquering another warlord's territory. Maybe it'll even be a nice territory without too many deserts, no poison forests, and a few towns.
Jake,
Suma said over our connection.
We are almost there. Are you ready?
Yeah, I answered her, and picked up the two Niema.
Undo their anti-magic runes and toss them aside, but hold them tight. I will summon all of you,
she said. I picked up the Niema, which caused them both to panic, but they calmed down when I removed those leather straps. You're freeing us? The sergeant asked. Nope. It's time to go, I said, and heard Suma's voice as she summoned me.
I summon you, Sentinel.
Aria 050 Dragzoon W.R.E. and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.